The war in Afghanistan, which began in October 2001, spanned 2 decades, making it America's longest-running conflict. This war emerged following the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks on the United States, when al-Qaeda operatives hijacked planes and crashed them into the World Trade Center towers and the Pentagon, resulting in nearly 3,000 deaths. The Taliban government in Afghanistan had been providing sanctuary to al-Qaeda and its leader, Osama bin Laden, which prompted the U.S. to initiate Operation Enduring Freedom, targeting Taliban forces and al-Qaeda networks within Afghanistan. Initially, the U.S. and its North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, allies, accomplished significant victories by removing the Taliban from power and establishing a new Afghan government. However, the Taliban utilized their knowledge of Afghanistan's rugged terrain to launch a guerrilla warfare campaign, regaining footholds throughout the country. The conflict became a lengthy endeavor due to the interchangeable battlefield and the persistent difficulty in stabilizing a country marked by deep-rooted tribal differences and corruption. With the original goals of dismantling al-Qaeda and preventing future terrorist attacks, the mission soon expanded to include nation building, establishing a stable governance, restructuring security forces, and revitalizing Afghanistan's economy. The goals proved ambitious and challenging, often hindered by internal corruption, opium trade, and the Taliban's resilience and regrouping. Over the years, scores of strategies were deployed, ranging from engaging local tribal leaders to bolstering Afghan military forces, yet sustainable progress was elusive. The war experienced fluctuating troop levels, surges, and drawdowns under different U.S. administrations, reflecting the complexity and uncertainty surrounding a definitive victory. Presidents George W. Bush, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, and Joe Biden all grappled with the evolving conditions on the ground and the overarching question of American interests versus the cost of ongoing military engagement. Through this period, the humanitarian costs were severe. Tens of thousands of Afghan civilians were killed, displaced, or injured as a consequence of prolonged combat operations. Additionally, the war imposed immense burdens on U.S. troops, with over 2,400 American military fatalities and thousands more injured or suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and other psychological impacts. The financial cost of the war surged to astronomical figures, reaching estimates of just over $2 trillion spent on military operations, humanitarian aid, and reconstruction projects. This prompted increasing public pressure on successive administrations to seek pathways to withdrawal. The Trump administration engaged in peace talks with the Taliban, leading to a February 2020 agreement that laid the groundwork for a U.S. troop withdrawal. This culminated in the Biden administration's execution of the plan, ending America's military involvement on August 30th, 2021. As U.S. forces withdrew, the Taliban rapidly reclaimed control over Afghanistan, including the capital, Kabul, leading to chaotic evacuation scenes and considerable international debate regarding the legacy and strategic outcomes of America's longest war. The war in Afghanistan underscores the complexity of modern conflicts and raises questions about the effectiveness of prolonged foreign military interventions, the balance between military objectives and humanitarian concerns, and the lessons learned about nation-building and sustainable peacekeeping in regions fraught with historical, ideological, and cultural challenges.